This podcast is based on an interview with Nancy Harhut, the author of Using Behavioral Science in Marketing, Draft Customer Action and Loyalty by Prompting Instinctive Responses. Today we are diving deep into the fascinating world of behavioral science and how it can transform your marketing efforts, particularly for small business owners, indie hackers, solo freelancers, and self-employed individuals. Nancy Harhut has a wealth of experience in marketing and has spent over a decade exploring the intricacies of behavioral science. She emphasizes how understanding human behavior can significantly enhance marketing strategies. So let's unpack some of the key insights and actionable steps she shared in our conversation that you can apply to your own business today. Firstly, Nancy's journey into marketing wasn't straightforward. Originally, she aimed to become a journalist, but soon realized that her passion lay elsewhere. This is a common scenario for many small business owners who may pivot from their original intentions. The key takeaway here is that it's okay to change your direction if your heart isn't in your current path. Recognize where your true interests lie and be open to exploring those avenues. Once Nancy transitioned into marketing, she discovered the power of behavioral science through Robert Cialdini's book, Influence: The Psychology of Persuasion. This book opened her eyes to the principles of influence that govern customer behavior. For those of you looking to boost your marketing efforts, consider picking up similar books that delve into psychology and behavioral science. They can provide valuable insights into how to better connect with your audience. Nancy pointed out that a common pitfall for marketers, especially in the B2B space, is focusing too much on what they want to say rather than what their prospects want to hear. This is crucial advice for anyone running a small business. When crafting your marketing messages, always put yourself in your customer's shoes. What are their pain points? What solutions are they seeking? Tailor your messaging to address those specific needs, rather than just showcasing your products or services. For example, if you're a freelance graphic designer, instead of saying, "I create stunning designs," you might say, "Need a design that helps you stand out in a crowded market?" This shift in focus can significantly improve engagement and conversion rates. Nancy also discussed the importance of understanding decision-making shortcuts or heuristics that people commonly use. She mentioned that many decisions are made subconsciously rather than through thorough analysis. This means that as marketers, we need to create messaging that resonates with these instinctive responses. For instance, emphasizing the fear of loss can be more effective than focusing solely on potential gains. So how can you implement this in your marketing strategy? One method is to frame your offers in terms of what customers might miss out on if they don't take action. For example, if you're offering a limited time discount, instead of saying, "Save 20% on our services," you could say, "Don't miss your chance to save 20% before it's gone." This taps into loss aversion, which is a powerful motivator. Another significant insight from Nancy's interview was the distinction between direct response marketing and brand marketing. Direct response marketing aims for immediate action, while brand marketing focuses on long-term awareness and loyalty. For small business owners, it's important to find a balance between these two approaches. You want to build a brand that people recognize and trust while still encouraging immediate responses. Consider integrating both strategies by running promotional campaigns that also reinforce your brand values. For instance, if you're a small bakery, you might run a campaign where customers can get a free pastry with their first coffee purchase, while also sharing stories about how your bakery supports local farmers. This not only drives immediate sales, but also builds brand loyalty. Nancy also mentioned the concept of behavioral science as a tool for motivation rather than manipulation. This is an essential ethical consideration for marketers. Always ensure that your messaging is truthful and serves the customer's best interests. This builds trust and credibility, which are invaluable for solo entrepreneurs and small business owners. As you think about your marketing strategies, remember to focus on motivating your audience to take action that benefits them. For instance, if you run a coaching business, instead of just listing the benefits of your program, highlight how your coaching can help clients overcome specific challenges in their lives. By framing your services in this way, you'll create a stronger emotional connection with your prospects. In conclusion, Nancy Harhut's insights remind us that understanding human behavior and decision-making processes can significantly enhance our marketing effectiveness. As small business operators, it's crucial to focus on what your clients want to hear. Tap into their instinctive responses and maintain ethical standards in all your marketing efforts. In the next half of our interview, we'll delve into practical behavioral science techniques you can implement right away. So stay tuned for more actionable strategies to elevate your marketing game. Continuing our conversation about behavioral science, Nancy shared some fascinating insights on the concept of the endowment effect. This principle suggests that people tend to value things more highly simply because they own them. For small business owners, this means that creating a sense of ownership in your customers can significantly enhance their attachment to your products or services. For instance, if you're a freelance consultant, instead of just offering a trial period for your services, consider framing it as a limited time opportunity to experience the benefits of my consulting. This encourages potential clients to feel that they are already gaining value, making them less likely to walk away and more likely to sign on long term. Nancy also highlighted the powerful psychological impact of urgency and scarcity. She recounted a compelling example where a company informed customers that a $15 credit was about to expire. The difference in messaging was profound. Rather than simply saying they were having a sale, framing it as a credit that was about to disappear created a heightened sense of urgency that prompted action. This taps into loss aversion, a significant motivator in decision-making. As a small business owner, you can replicate this strategy by emphasizing limited time offers or exclusive deals. For example, if you're running an online course, instead of saying, enroll now for a discount, you might say, secure your spot today and don't miss out on this exclusive savings opportunity before it's too late. This not only drives urgency, but also reinforces the perception of value. Next, Nancy introduced the concept of labeling, explaining that when people are labeled as part of a group, they tend to conform to the behaviors associated with that group. This principle can be particularly useful in community building for your business. If you label your customers as forward-thinking entrepreneurs or community-focused consumers, it encourages them to act in ways that align with those identities. To put this into practice, consider how you communicate with your audience. For instance, if you run a local coffee shop, you might say, join our community of coffee lovers who appreciate quality brews. This not only makes your customers feel part of something bigger, but also encourages loyalty as they embrace their identity as part of your coffee-loving community. Another key insight shared was around framing. Nancy discussed how the way information is presented can drastically influence perceptions. A classic example was when AT&T presented an offer of 60 minutes of free long-distance calling, versus simply stating an hour of free calling. The latter seemed more appealing, even though they referred to the same time frame. For your business, consider how you can reframe your offerings. If you're selling a subscription service, instead of saying pay $20 monthly, you might say enjoy access to exclusive content for just $0. 67 a day. By reframing the message, you can create a more attractive offer that resonates better with potential customers. As we wrapped up our discussion, Nancy shared examples of brands that successfully tap into emotional cues in their marketing. Brands like General Electric have creatively demonstrated their technology through engaging storytelling, which evokes curiosity and emotion. This approach not only promotes a product, but also creates a memorable narrative that consumers can connect with on a personal level. For solo entrepreneurs, storytelling can be a powerful tool in your marketing arsenal. Share the journey of your business, the challenges you faced, and the triumphs along the way. This not only humanizes your brand, but also fosters a connection with your audience, encouraging them to support your venture. Nancy concluded by emphasizing that the use of behavioral science isn't about manipulation. It's about understanding and connecting with your audience on a deeper level. By leveraging these insights ethically, you can motivate your audience to take action that genuinely benefits them and enhances their experience with your brand. As we wrap up this episode, I encourage you to reflect on how you can incorporate these behavioral science principles into your own marketing strategies. Whether it's through creating a sense of ownership, leveraging urgency, or building a community around your brand, there are countless opportunities to apply these insights. Thank you for joining me today and for being part of this exploration into the fascinating world of behavioral science and marketing. Be sure to check out Nancy's book, Using Behavioral Science in Marketing, for even more valuable insights and practical tips. Until next time, keep innovating, and remember that understanding your audience is the key to successful marketing.